I can still hear his laugh. It wasn't joy. It wasn't pride. It was possession. The day I walked into the living room, papers in my hand, heart pounding with the triumph of years of sacrifice, I thought I'd finally done it. I thought I'd earned his respect. I laid the deed on the table, my voice trembling but proud. "Dad, the house is paid off. No more debt. It's finally ours." He didn't even look at the papers. He looked at me, and then he laughed. "Great, now pack your bag. Your brother's moving in." The words hollowed me out. Like all my sweat, my overtime shifts, my skipped meals, meant nothing. My brother, the golden son, who never paid a single bill, who stumbled from one failure to the next, was the one he wanted here. Not me, never me. I stood frozen. My lips moved before I could stop them. 4 words. Low, controlled, final. "Not this time, Dad." His smile faltered, just slightly, but I saw it, and in that instant, I knew. The game had changed. It wasn't the first time he'd done it. When I was 15, I saved up for a laptop by working weekends at the diner. He gave it to my brother 2 weeks later, telling me I didn't need distractions. When I graduated college with honors, he didn't come to the ceremony. He was busy bailing my brother out of another failed business scheme. When I bought groceries, paid utilities, kept this house alive through years of his neglect, he said nothing. But the moment my brother stumbled through the door, he opened the fridge like it was a royal banquet. That house was my prison, my responsibility, my legacy. And now it was finally mine, I thought. The shift inside me was quiet. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I planned. I stayed in my room that night, listening to him chuckle on the phone, no doubt telling my brother the good news. My chest was tight, but my mind razor sharp. The deed was in my name, solely mine. Every payment traceable, every receipt undeniable. The law was on my side, even if he never was. He thought control was permanent, that I'd always bend, always yield. He forgot the years I spent learning silence, not as surrender, but as strategy. So I gathered what mattered: documents, keys, evidence. I waited for dawn. The next morning, he woke up to silence. No clatter of breakfast, no hum of the kettle, just silence. When he opened the front door, he saw it taped there. Notice of eviction. Signed by me. Filed legally. Stamped by the county clerk the week before. Because I knew. I knew he'd try this. I knew someday he'd push too far. His face turned white. The house he thought he owned, the house he believed was his empire. It wasn't his. It was never his. He stormed into my room, fists trembling. "What is this? You can't do this. This is my house." I looked him dead in the eye, calm. "No, Dad, it was never yours. You lost that the day you treated me like a tenant in my own life." He sputtered, his words cracked, powerless. For the first time, I wasn't the child in that conversation. He was. I told him he had 30 days to leave. My voice didn't shake, and for once, he listened. The weeks that followed were surreal. My brother called, furious, spewing venom down the line. "How could you do this to Dad, to me?" I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Instead, I walked through the house at night, barefoot on the hardwood floors, breathing in the silence I had bought with my own blood. Every corner whispered freedom. Every room hummed with justice. And I thought about how betrayal doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from the man who taught you to ride a bike, the one you hoped would say he was proud. But betrayal cuts deeper when it's family, because you spend years thinking love will save you, until you realize respect is the only currency worth anything. The day he finally left, suitcase in hand, he didn't meet my eyes. He shuffled past me like a shadow stripped of its form. My brother sat in the driveway, engine running, face twisted in disbelief. I didn't stop them. I didn't gloat. I just stood in the doorway, the deed still on the table behind me, sunlight spilling across my shoulders. That house was mine. But more than that, I was free. Now, when people ask why I live alone in that old house, why I don't invite family for holidays, I just smile. I tell them peace is expensive, but worth every penny. Because the truth is, I buried more than debt when I paid off that mortgage. I buried the last trace of their control. And when I whisper those 4 words to myself, "Not this time, Dad," I feel nothing but power.